Hello, I'm Dr. Evans, your dedicated health advisor for seniors, so make sure to watch until the very end for a tip that could completely transform your daily routine. My neighbor Margaret is 73, sharp, active, walks 2 miles every morning without fail. Last July, she started getting headaches in the afternoon. Then came the fatigue, then a dry cough that wouldn't quit. She figured it was the heat, maybe allergies, maybe just getting older. She ignored it for 3 weeks. When she finally went to the doctor, he asked her one question she wasn't expecting. He asked, "Margaret, have you been checking the air quality index before you go outside?" She had never heard of it. Not once in 73 years had anyone told her this was something she needed to pay attention to. Here's why that matters. Every summer, something happens that most people treat as nothing more than a weather forecast footnote. The air quality index, a daily measurement of how safe or dangerous the air outside actually is, spikes to dangerous levels. It happens quietly. You can't see it. You can't always smell it. And on the hottest summer days, when seniors are most likely to be outside in their gardens or taking their morning walk, the air is frequently at its worst. For a body over 60, breathing compromised air isn't just uncomfortable. Research published in 2026 by the Einstein Aging Study found that older adults face significantly heightened cardiovascular and cognitive risk from air pollution exposure, with the danger compounding the longer it goes unaddressed. Today, I want to show you exactly what happens inside your body when you breathe poor summer air, the 4 specific dangers that make seniors uniquely vulnerable, and the simple daily habit that takes 30 seconds and could protect your lungs, your heart, and even your brain. Danger number 1. Your aging lungs can no longer filter what a younger body could. Here is something most people are never told. By the time we reach 60, the natural filtering capacity of our lungs has measurably declined. The tiny hair-like structures called cilia that line our airways and whose job is to trap and sweep out airborne particles before they reach deep lung tissue move slowly and less efficiently than they did at 30 or 40. This means that fine particulate matter, the microscopic particles floating in summer air produced by vehicle exhaust, wildfire smoke, industrial emissions, and even lawn equipment, penetrates deeper into the lungs of an older adult than it would in a younger person breathing the exact same air. Research consistently shows that older adults face higher risks of cardiovascular and respiratory disease, more hospitalizations from heart and lung problems, and increased mortality from air pollution exposure, with studies finding that these risks are greatest at older ages. PubMed Central. What this means practically is that an air quality day that a 35-year-old can walk through without a second thought can quietly inflame the airways, reduce oxygen efficiency, and place measurable stress on the heart of someone over 60, all without a single dramatic symptom in the moment. Your action step here is simple. Download a free air quality app on your phone. AirNow is one of the most reliable, run by the U.S. Environmental Protection Agency. Check it every morning the same way you check the weather. When the AQI reading is above 100, consider keeping your outdoor activity brief. When it climbs above 150, stay indoors entirely. Danger number 2. Poor air quality and heat work together to strain your heart. This is the part that most people and even many doctors underestimate. Heat and poor air quality don't simply add to each other, they multiply each other's effects on the aging cardiovascular system. Here's how. On a hot summer day, your heart is already working harder to pump blood toward the skin's surface to release heat from the body. Your heart rate is elevated, your blood vessels are dilated, the cardiovascular system is under load. When you add poor air quality to that equation, when fine particles enter the bloodstream through the lungs, they trigger an inflammatory response in the arterial walls. Higher levels of air pollution are directly associated with increased cardiovascular hospitalizations and cardiovascular disease risk in older adults, with chronic conditions like existing heart disease dramatically amplifying the danger. PubMed Central. The combination of heat-related cardiovascular strain and pollution-triggered arterial inflammation is what researchers have begun calling the deadly summer combo. It's the reason cardiac events spike not just on hot days, but specifically on hot days with poor air quality. A 2023 study in the journal Environmental Health Perspectives found that the risk of acute cardiac events in adults over 65 was nearly double on days that combined high heat with an AQI above 100 compared to days with heat alone. The protective habit here is timing. On high AQI days, if you must be outside, go in the early morning, typically before 10 a.m., when both temperature and air pollution levels are at their lowest for the day. Avoid outdoor activity between noon and 6 p.m. in summer, when ozone and particulate levels peak.
Danger number 3. Poor air quality is silently damaging your brain. This is the finding that stopped me cold when I first read it, and I think it will stop you too. A major 2026 study found that greater air pollution exposure is directly linked to increased Alzheimer's risk, with researchers noting that reducing air pollution exposure would help protect the brain and lower overall dementia risk. Euronews. Research has linked air pollution specifically to cognitive decline in older adults, with inflammatory responses triggered by airborne toxins impacting brain health, particularly in individuals already managing memory-related conditions, breaking AC. The mechanism is this. Fine particles that enter the bloodstream through compromised aging lungs can cross what's called the blood-brain barrier, the protective layer around brain tissue. Once there, they trigger the same kind of chronic low-grade inflammation in brain tissue that researchers now associate with accelerated cognitive decline. This isn't a distant or theoretical risk. It accumulates with every high-pollution summer day spent outdoors without awareness or protection. The action step here goes indoors. On high AQI days, run your home's air conditioning if you have it, not just for comfort, but for air filtration. If your budget allows, a HEPA air purifier in the main room of your home is one of the highest value health investments a person over 60 can make. Studies show HEPA filtration can reduce indoor fine particulate matter by up to 85%. Danger number 4. Most seniors have no idea what the AQI colors actually mean. This is the awareness gap that makes everything else worse. The Air Quality Index is publicly reported every single day. It's free information that anyone can access in seconds, and yet research consistently shows that most older adults either don't know it exists or have never been shown how to read it. Here is what the color system means in plain language. Green means the air is good, go outside freely. Yellow means moderate, sensitive individuals should take note. Orange means unhealthy for sensitive groups, which always includes people over 60, anyone with heart or lung conditions, or anyone who spends significant time outdoors. Red means unhealthy for everyone. Purple and maroon mean dangerous. Stay indoors, period. Understanding, most seniors are operating with a simple mental rule of, if it's not raining, I can go outside. That rule was built for a different era and a younger body. Replacing it with a 30-second AQI check every morning is one of the most impactful and underrated health habits available to anyone over 60. Margaret changed her routine. She checks the AQI every morning now before she puts on her walking shoes. On orange days, she walks in the evening. On red days, she does her movement indoors. Her afternoon headaches are gone, her energy is back. The information was always there. She just needed someone to tell her it mattered. That's what I want you to take away today. The AQI index exists, it's free, it updates daily, and for a body over 60, checking it is not optional, it's essential. Tell me in the comments, had you ever checked the AQI before watching this video? I genuinely want to know, and if someone in your life is spending summer mornings outside without knowing about this, please share this video with them today. If this was useful, hit subscribe and let's keep looking out for each other. Stay sharp, stay protected, and as always, breathe easy, my friend.